Howdy, howdy. It's Hambbage with more Hardcore Vanilla Minecraft. Back again. Since the last episode, barely stuck my head outside just as I was ending. I don't know if it got clipped off or not, and didn't stop to listen. Big old peal of thunder rattled around, and so yeah, I stepped out on my deck. It was just absolutely dumping. Kind of one of those first. We've even had some thunder, but we've had some rain off and on. Had some of that, but the last few days being so kind of summery already, it was definitely noticeable that it had that kind of wet asphalt smell of rain as it was first hitting, and then it got chilly. Definitely dropped off. My thermometer had gotten just up into the 60s earlier. It was a pretty nice morning, crisp when I was out, but bright and sunny. And they'd said we were supposed to get some storms rolling through, so that's what we've got today. But I temporarily opened up my door. I was like, oh man, maybe I'll record and see if I can get some of the thunder background ambiance for you guys. But one, the rain was louder than the thunder. It was just constant running water type sound, and two, it got a little chilly, really. So I've got other windows kind of further away from right where I'm sitting open. It's still a little warmer than I actually like in my place, so I don't mind it cooling off some. But yeah, enough about me. Let's get back to it. I think we've seen conventional before. I'd wondered if there was a Minecon or something coming up, but no idea. So let's get back in. We just abruptly stopped. I realized I'd kind of gone long. I checked the broken video is actually up now. I was again mystified. The whole time I was on break, it was sitting in the content section. It said upload complete. Checks pending, or like checks still running, and didn't seem to update at all. Usually that goes by pretty quickly as they're developing. I'm trying to remember where exactly we were at. I think we need to go get more food if we can, because they seem to have stopped generating their hearts. We'd finished up with all of our. Let's just get one more. I don't want to be left short of mending books. Let's get a couple. We want to still be, we got 20 levels here in just the last little bit. I don't want to be completely wasteful of those. I think we got both signs up, right? We guessed 17 right at the end. Yeah, so. But we want to get our sharpness on our sword. And I want to get the mending on my pants. And mending on the sword as well. And of course we want to be able to breed more, because now we're once again fully employed of our adult villagers. So we need a new crop to come along. Class, I guess class is nicer sounding than crop of people. But yeah, we'll kind of hopefully be transitioning a little bit out of full role librarian mode. I don't know what shape that takes exactly. We've talked about a couple little ideas that may take more shape, but let's go apply first, then we'll gather food and just take it back, but we'll park the boat over there. Gotta run one way or the other, right? Yes, so that's kind of the question for today is, how much do we get sucked into? And I say that, but I wouldn't mind, I don't mind getting sucked in if it's productive, into additional librarians and that kind of stuff, or how much of it do we end up finding something else to do with our time? We'll see. So, got Got a few more of these. Let's just top that off. I don't know if this will have finished cooking or not, but it has. We'll just keep moving some of those through. All right, apply what we've got. Yeah, we really want to just get by, hold on to these and let them pile up a little bit and see what what other chance we could get. Maybe necessity actually calls my bluff there. So we don't need the infinity yet. We've already got power 5 and infinity, so those are good. But we're gonna want those two there, and then the other mending for my paints if I can get that. This definitely no questions asked. That's all critical, and clearly we want to have our pants recovering as we wear them. And that we've still got some durability there. I don't think we're just at a critical, oh no, our pants are gonna break mode. Yeah, well, we'll see. It looks like the sun is getting low, so maybe we'll put this dirt away, re-top off our food. I don't know why every time I do this, I'm like, oh yeah, let's top off our food, and I look at it and I'm hungry, and then I'm, okay, now top off the food. I mean, we're once again now we're incredibly far from rolling any enchantments. But I don't think we need extra shovels at the moment either. Those are good. Let's do some overnight. Oh, we've got a couple chests at least. Let's maybe go do an overnight check here. Oh wait, we got to. We actually need a few more chests. Again, let's not ever have an issue be that we don't have enough chests. And then let's make 2 hoppers. This will actually cut into our iron quite a bit. 2 of those. 1 to go into the compost bin, ideally, and 1 to come out. Okay. Now, I don't know that I may have some seeds. Yeah, I got a few, enough for us to know if this is going to be a good deal or not. Good little use of our evening here. And again, this isn't ideal placement. It's low priority. It's more just, can I do it type stuff. I never have known. Never bothered to ask, so we shall see. Let's carve back a little more wall here. We'll do double wide. Double wide? 2 double chests wide. So let's start. We'll try to build this one a little more compact. Start there. I don't remember how. Did you have to have them staggered to do the? I think you do, to have like a hopper coming out of one chest and out into another, into another, and another. I know we don't need that volume here at all. I was just wondering, like, the cleanest way to do this. I don't think it matters too terribly much. Again, this is really a for science type endeavor. So we do that. We do that. I do that. Oh no, I gotta go up higher just to get the chest. Again, this is why we practice, right? Before we would do any kind of a build, maybe try to tighten this up a little bit. But so here we would want the hopper going into that. And then, I mean, I guess I don't even really need this chest, but now that we made spots for it. No, that isn't what I wanted. Why aren't you guys going together? Maybe I could do that now. Okay. So, in all hopes, I mean, this is now familiar territory, right? So hopefully we put seeds into the chest. They go through the hopper into the compost bin where whatever compost bin magic happens. Okay, so those all are getting pulled. Oh, we're getting green. So it fills up. Oh, and does it just go that quick? I thought it had to sit and age, but maybe if it just fills up. All right, let's figure out why we need bone meal. So, look at that. Who said excess seeds were a problem? Again, the best use I've come up with so far is to grow wildflowers that we can then use for our bees without having to go, touring all around the world to just hand pick a bunch of flowers. Let's see how that all works out. But remember when this used to be our only bed, Salty? Our only safe bed, at least. Guava, did we talk when we were up here? I just want to say hi. All right, very good. We've applied some enchants. We spent an evening educating ourselves. Always a profitable endeavor. That's excellent work. We have resupplied our picks. Just shuffle that. Now we just need to go harvest again. Hopefully, I think we even had some extra. Check your sides. So nice. Oh, don't hit my bees. Oh my gosh, bees. Be careful around those creepers, guys. Oh, I don't want you guys to get hurt. I don't want you to do the bat thing. They're so going to do the bat thing, aren't they? Can I pull him just by hanging out? Oh, that's even worse. Bees. Oh, man. Don't go by the creeper. Go away from the creeper. Oh, no. Do I have any flowers? I don't have any flowers. This is just awful. Just awful. Game, do not troll me like this. I mean, look at them all. There's no reason for bees to be over here. There's no flowers. Just purely trolled from the game. Alright. Minor inconvenience averted. We'd last done those. Let's got enough here to at least get a stack each, I think. So we'll pull them. Hopefully we got potatoes, though, because we got nothing. We traded everything and have nothing left to feed them up. And if the bees would focus on pollinating our crops instead of playing with the creepers, we'd have more food for villagers. Come on, guys. You're an important part in this machine. So, knowing that that works, I definitely think, and I didn't do any of this on the break. It was relatively quick since I didn't really go around and walking or anything. Just stuck my head out, stood for a bit, watched the rain. It's fun when it's still rare. Listen to I love, just real summer storms. I absolutely love at nighttime listening to the thunder. If you got a big deck or something to sit out on that's, like covered with a view. Mine I can get out and enjoy. It's protected enough. Like, I'm in a 2-story building, so I have one neighbor above me. And their deck has a solid roof, and then their deck is above mine, but it's just decking on the frame. So it's not solid if if the wind's blowing right, it will come through their deck onto me. So, but more often than not, the prevailing winds and everything say that it's a pretty good place to watch a storm. But it's just not quite the same as when you've got a cabin or something where you have just kind of a wild vista out beyond you and can just watch the clouds build and see lightning all around. But yeah, I've shared before that I in my college job ran a kind of a produce and plant stand thing. It was kind of directly the produce of one farmer, but he expanded this out and had a partner. The partner was a guy I worked with, not the farmer directly. But yeah, we'd run that, and what it really meant was a lot of sitting outside in all weather through spring through summer or through fall. Aside from whenever I got back from school, he was already going, and then when I headed back to school, it was still in effect. And after I graduated, until I'd really found a job and actually moved back to Colorado, I worked a full, very beginning of spring setup to very end of fall tear down with him. So it was quite an experience. But one of the coolest parts of the whole deal was having 3 or 4 summers of just watching all weather. I mean, largely from a tent, right? It was a kind of a canopy wooden structure, right? So it was you could break it into its side walls for transport, and they stored them over the winter back out at the farm. But in the summer, you would just assemble these 5, 6, I think they were 5-sided, 4 with shelves that you would display all the goodies on, and then I didn't check for potatoes, dang it, and another one. No, you're not on sale. Somebody's gonna be on sale. Who's on sale? Somebody's on sale. You're on sale. But yeah, then another shelf for with a door in it that you could access into the little stand, and have a corn checking table. That was a fun pastime. I don't know if you guys have ever experienced. You buy corn at the grocery store and you bring it home, and for me, mom sends you out and tells you to clean the corn outside because you don't want the silks to get all over everything. And when you do, we can't do anything here because we didn't get the potatoes. Get too caught up in my story times. But yeah, so you have to clean the corn that you get at the grocery stores, and very occasionally in grocery store corn, you'll get one of 2 common problems for ears of corn. The first is bird damage, and that's where if you open up the top, just the silky kind of end of the ear of corn, if you peel back just the very tippy top, a bird will have hung on the end of it and pecked in to get the kernels at the tip of the ear of corn. And so like the top inch and a half of the ear of corn will just be all mushy and nasty and rotten because the bird got to it and ate it up. Scarecrows, that's why they're very damaging when it comes to corn in particular, but any, they'll eat heads of wheat and anything else too. But corn is a real tempting treat, especially, the modern sweet corn where it has high sugar content. All kinds of animals are very attracted to that. So becomes something to deal with. And the other one is a fungus, and I don't know what it's technically called, but it is universally referred to among farmers as smut. Yeah, SMUT, the same way that you refer to naughty adult material type stuff. Same concept here, but this stuff is this black inky fungus, and every time I deal with the squids and get the ink sacs here, I think of it because it grows kind of along the tip of the corn. It can swell up quite a bit, it can become quite big, really, but you may not really notice it if you don't know what you're looking for. And if you don't, and you kind of like open an ear of corn by sticking your thumbs into the top, peeling it back over your forefingers on two sides, and it opens up the ear of corn. Unless you just haven't ever encountered corn, you may be in a part of the world where that's not a deal. Everybody can kind of envision that, right? That's how it works. So, I don't want to trade. I want to just throw all this. I want you guys to do your thing. So, if the corn ear has smut on it, or whatever this fungus really is, I don't know, you can jam your thumbs into it and actually find that you're ripping apart this like dark purpley black gunky fungus that almost is liquid enough to feel like juice coming out all over it. It's messy and nasty, and it's not particularly revolting or gross. In fact, I think the bird damage on ears of corn is actually more repulsive if you want to get down to it. But it's so shocking, right? It's the last thing that you expect, and it doesn't come along that often. Unless whatever the conditions are particularly right, and they end up, you end up with a real infestation of it, which, certainly could happen, I'm sure. But, those are things you don't want your custom, when you're a high end, and that's, what it was, when you're direct from the farmer to retail, instead of going through a broker or anything, you're just, and his was even more elite. It was hand-picked sweet corn, so he had farmhands out there, and that was to prevent the harvesting machines, which use a metal kind of pincer, and they're padded, they're pretty good at what they do, honestly, but they will go through a field, and each ear of corn that they detect, they'll pinch. And as they pinch, they'll twist off the ear of corn. Well, you can, when you know what you're looking for, you'll find that on the bottom, the butt ear end of the ear of corn, there are a couple of areas where the kernels are at a minimum kind of bruised and flattened out, if not altogether smushed. And so that's not good from a product. So again, premium stuff here, you're paying a higher price because it's as fresh as it can be, like picked that morning and brought in burlap sacks to these stands, and then sold directly to the customer. And the other piece of that is that you're not going to, and at that point it's easy enough, you like throw in an extra ear in a half dozen, right? Just so that people feel like they're getting their money's worth, especially if you know it's kind of risky or they're a little bit smaller than normal, whatever. You're in the business of making the customer happy. That's business 101, right? The customer's always right. And certainly is when you're the only person around and you're face to face with your clientele. I mean, think about it. The typical consumer of sweet corn is either a business person, a mom or a dad or whatever that are on their way home from work. Those people are easy. They won't come back, and the next the problem is they won't come back, right? You'll never see them again. You get a chance to earn their business, and if it goes bad, they'll just go back to the grocery store, right? Stopping is kind of an impulse, and you hope that your product exceeds what they're used to, and that they think it's worthwhile making an extra stop on the way home from work. The ones that you will see again are, kind of the little old ladies that grew up on farms and are like, oh, I've been so craving real free, sweet, fresh sweet corn. I haven't had this kind of freshness in a long time. And so they'll be loyal, fiercely loyal, but they'll also let you know if you're not living up to their expectations. And if they get a bag of corn, I mean, they'll stop dinner, right? They get home and they start peeling this. They'll come back with the whole bag and be like, hey, 3 out of my 7, you gave them an extra one, but 3 out of these 7 were bad ears. This is ridiculous. And, they appreciate the service when, kind of no questions asked. You're like, here you go. Let me make this right. How can I do this? Let me give you a dozen so you can eat 2 nights in a row. Whatever they want. And you're the same person that's there every day is very important too. They know you're not just going to play dumb the next time they come back. So, excuse the little sniffly bit there. Very cool. But yeah, you're sitting out in that parking lot, and the only way it becomes profitable is if you're the only one. Now, my boss and I work this particular place because it's a greenhouse, and it's got a lot of other stuff, and we do most of our business in the spring. People are planting their gardens, but we keep it through the year, and it would be storage a little bit, but we'd have some seasonal stuff in there. Late in the year, people need replacement plants, things that die out or get eaten by animals or whatever. They want their house to look good because they're going to have a party. So you could keep up revenue. So we needed a little bit more, and he was kind of grooming me to help administer a lot more of the business as I went. So very, very cool experience. Again, I will say that was formative all my life. It was so amazing. But I still remember, these long afternoons of sitting out, but then watching a storm build over, and this was, kind of outside a mall, big parking lot area, lots of other outbuilding kind of stuff. People can envision that. But we had a clear view out to the west and could kind of see as storms were coming. And that didn't mean you got the day off, right? If it got particularly threatening, you could go across the street to I think there was a Subway. There were a couple options, and we were closest to a bank. If it had ever been terribly dangerous, we could have just run in. The bank people were nice enough; they wouldn't have chased us out. If it was brutally hailing or something like that. But I never once, to the point that I even watched a funnel cloud at one point that was, distant enough if it had been bearing right down on me, but it was moving kind of parallel and off to the distance. But I watched it threaten to make contact as a tornado, and it didn't. So lots of really cool experiences and wonderful people. That when you can offer something that you're proud of, even if you're dressing it up, and again, people understand, customers get it, that even the best of products, and ours was really pretty elite. Even the best can have issues, and they'll understand that. You just have to be, you have to be open and honest with them. You have to be dependable. You can't just disappear if it's not going the way you like. Don't just disappear and run away. Think the infamous slide episode a couple back now. You apologize. You be honest and upfront with what really happened. Don't make excuses, and move on as best you can, and say, this is what I'm going to try to do to make this right. Show that you mean it when you say you're going to try to learn from whatever the mistake was, and yeah, people will greatly appreciate that. So we're just kind of bouncing here. I'm talking, and I apologize, but I don't know I guess we could go back and load seeds into our bone meal machine. I don't know. I'd kind of like to get more beds, but we gotta wait till night. Otherwise it just gets trolly. They're gonna have the little thundercloud things if there's no free beds. I think we may even get some. Let's see. Lots and lots of hearts. Everybody's really happy, and then lots of thunderclouds because there's no extra beds. Do we just maybe? Nope. You stole the bed. There we go. Now again, as soon as you go into your inventory, if that happens, they'll like a good retailer, they will make it right. Let's just put an extra bed. You can get one more little guy. We'll break these this evening. Where's that advantageous? We should bring over the raw fish too. All right. Sun's getting low. Let's just hang out. We already wasted the whole day. Let's go look at our sugar cane. See how it's growing. Oh, look at that. Just rewarding us. Let's go flip that, I guess. Oh, we can. If it was just a harvest, I would say who cares, but we can actually double up, since most of these are at least one high, or two, one growth high. Let's gather that. You can just gather. Mr. Inspirational sugarcane that actually made me think that this would be a good spot for a field. I can't abandon you. So yeah, we'll get some more of this planted in the evening hours before it gets too dark and dangerous. So how about you guys? Do you enjoy watching the weather wherever you're at, and what kinds of weather are threatening? Have you, are you on the coast? Do you get things like hurricanes or cyclones or typhoons, monsoons? We actually get it's not as pronounced as, say, like India, where monsoon, kind of the word originated from, and where that real pronounced weather pattern was established up, coming from the Indian Ocean up to the Himalayas and then squeezing out the moisture. Here in Colorado, we get a little bit of a monsoon, or a monsoon season when moisture will actually get pulled up. And I mentioned before the predominant weather flow is west to east, but we'll pull moisture from the south often enough. Okay, so somebody's stuck, can't get to a bed. Who is that? Where you at? Who's stuck? I hear you. Call him. Do you see him? You're healthy too. Okay, there you are. All right, we'll leave you out till we break this bed. Well, I don't know why he didn't go. Oh, okay. So break these. Now none of you have beds. Well, that's tragic, I know. But let's finish up over here, if we can. If we can get these guys to settle in, would be nice. Ooh, there's some rain, just like in my IRL. Although I think the rain has stopped. It's much quieter now. Quieter, more quiet. So hopefully we can get all 3 of these villagers to settle into these beds. And I know they're little, maybe one, if we're really lucky, will pop like that other one had. Okay. So, they may get stuck away from their beds, but at least they'll want to come back to those. And now we can put 2 more down and allow our adult villagers to hopefully. Oh no! No! Did we? Oh wait, did I just win the wrong box? I thought we would somehow run out of beds. I was like, we have plenty of beds. What happened? So yeah, there we go. Now they should have room to make 2 more when they wake up. We are still waiting for these guys to grow up. Everybody else already has a job. Oh, rock them! Yeah, get them! That can be you someday. You just got to get stuck out in the little creek out here, canal. That reminds me though, maybe you should offer him up an iron bar in appreciation of what he's done for us. Now, at some point, I've been talking that we definitely want to get back on the diamond hunt at some point. Now that we have fortune, we also need to get back on the iron. It's not critical, but we've used a lot. In one sense, that's going to go down quite a bit. We're going to stop using iron tools as much. But we... How you holding up, buddy? Here. In appreciation for all you do. Just keep you healthy. Why is there sugar up there? Some must have gotten in the hands of a zombie that I missed and then been carried over. Alright, well. Again. I think our boat is out here anyway, isn't it? Maybe not. That might be a little pushing it a little bit. I think we left it back inside. Yeah. At one point I've been over there. Ooh, look, another little kitty. It's the, what do they call the black and white one? It's... The jelly is gray and white. We've seen those, and I've talked about good times with Scar. Tuxedo is the black and white cat. There's an all black cat. We'd seen kind of the really tan, but otherwise plain. But I don't think it was the. Well, maybe that's the Persian, not the Siamese. Again, there's 11 varieties of cats, so lots to wind your way through when you're trying to sort them out. So we can check our sandstone, maybe turn that. We can check our fields again. We can carry the seeds down. I think that's what we'd specifically mentioned. And just kind of keep things going. Oh yeah, you're the most beautiful cat, S'more. I guess we don't have terribly much. Not out of the question. If the crops are not completely good, we could always go hit the quarry and get some real sandstone and be more ready for our base improve. Whenever we get back to that. Now again, we've done a lot of building over on the villagers center at the moment, so not at all ready. Let's take a lap though, just to make sure everything's loaded up well. We'll gather the seeds, run back downstairs and jam up our compost bin. Again, no fuel needed for that, so it just does its thing. It's great. As we go this time, I want to remember to kind of look and see how we're doing here. Very well. This middle guy is kind of slacking. Oh, well. So, what does that mean? What does that mean for us, considering that we don't have more food and stuff to trade? What else can we look to? That's the water, I think. I don't think he's mad at me, but you saw that little flash of red on the bee, and I said they don't do well on water. don't know why they're so compelled to fly over it, knowing that, but oh well. So yeah, we'll just load these up, get some bone meal. We can at some point, and I know there's means of automating flowers as well, but I don't know, that really gets a little beyond what I've tried before. Water to harvest. I think dispensers to dump the bone meal on the ground, but the timing to regulate between spreading the bone meal and dumping the water and then letting the water clear and all that, that gets a little more than I'm familiar with. So I don't know. I won't rule it out down the road, but again, this is mainly just to use up excess. And if we have a couple of stacks of bone meal and just go hand mash it, again, we won't need flowers forever either. Once our honey needs are by and large already met, right? Unless we really want the block types for something to decorate with. There's just not a ton to use them on. So once we've once we've used the bulk of our flowers for breeding and have filled in our garden here to make it look nice, that's about it. About all we need. I'm really curious. What did a granary or a silo or something look like? Were they still pretty much the cylindrical things of the American Midwest? And what we remember is the little red barn and the matching silos, the twin silos that went along with it. I don't know. I don't know. I think brick and kind of stone to keep things cool and dry, so it would still fit with our scheme here. But maybe we could get a bunch of clay and cook that and make the actual brick silos. That'd be cool. I don't know. And I don't know. Maybe do we put them up on top of this hill here? Or somewhere, back close. Again, we want our kind of entrance here. So I don't think you usually have your silos right on top of where guests may come. And again, we've talked that, the ground does go off that way. So we could eventually, cut and lay an actual road to ride horses and things on into the distance. Ooh. Hello, friend. Do we need anything that you have? No, sir. I don't want. You're tempting. We could just buy all our sand that we need, but no, I don't even. If this was blue ice, maybe it would be more expensive though. And while we want flowers, we just figured out how to make bone meal, so we have all the flowers we need. Let's get this sugar. What there is. Feed animals, maybe? I guess leather will need pretty quick, so maybe a focus on the cows, and I guess we used all the wheat. So next time we wheat harvest, we gotta prioritize our cows over any. How many times have I checked that now? You guys can have a counter to. Oh, we got decently. Let's feed them. I think we'd fairly recently harvested. Well, right over the top. And see how I sprung on their backs? It's kind of like a mosh pit. They were so compacted that that none of them really felt my weight, even as I was just stepping right on their spines. But they were fine. So yeah, we'll get a few more levels back just from here. And hopefully while we're doing all this, not without a purpose, the villagers that we have are growing up and settling in. I think we had like a 5 leads. One thing we haven't seen any of yet, I don't think, are slimes in this world. So we don't have our own ability to make leads ourselves. That's something to kind of consider. Put this away so we don't forget it. It's almost night, so we definitely want to get back over, so we can check, so we can watch our villagers sleep. That's not creepy at all. But yeah, we can see if they get back to their beds, help them if they find themselves stuck outside their little rooms, and then maybe if they've our villagers have gotten a couple new ones, maybe get them relocated too. Keep this process going. So yeah, I apologize. Some of this isn't particularly riveting, but the closer we stay to these areas, the more they continue to do. Yeah, it would be fun to go venturing off and do something in between, but then they stop progressing, and we're back to just waiting again. So kind of has to be done. I guess we can run a shovel there and get some more torches down. Hey, buddy, you're looking good with your refreshed iron. Okay, we'll learn to do that right. Now I should check time on the episode again too. That last one totally got away from me. All right, let's do that first. Time. Oh, we just got started, but I'm happy to see that there's no slide up. So, I'd like to remind everyone of the potatoes that were oh my gosh. What was that? I'm glad they all came back to go to bed. Now, is anybody stuck? I don't hear any mats, so... Oh, he's stuck somewhere. Let's find him. Why are you so quiet, sir? There you are. Just stuck on a fence, huh? Okay. Now, go open up your room, because I think I forgot. You coming? There you go. Yep. Big hop. Good job. Oh, big hop. Big hop. Oh, don't jump on your buddy. Alright, so unfortunately, none of them grew up at all. Yeah, I know. You're itching to get in on the fight, aren't you? Well, somebody's got to stay at home. Kind of keep us safe in case there's ever a breach. That's your job. Yeah, aside from the disappointment that there wasn't apparent additional breeding, we're still doing all right. I hate to think, and I don't know if they recoup, right, when they're trying to breed and there's no available beds, if that's just wasted potatoes or carrots or whatever. Oh, are you a Persian with your blue eyes, maybe? What are you? Is that like the litter box? That's kind of gross. I don't know what you're doing there, but you just have particles everywhere you go. I don't know. Have a good night. Find some mice. Yeah, I mean, let's give them a morning little bit to do their thing. We'll come out and do this extra little bit of shoveling, whatever more we can do on our sugar, so that we're extra close. We don't have to risk feeling neglected or abandoned. Yeah, so I think some kind of silo is functionally needed, would be fitting if I can find some kind of, historical references of, 19th century or earlier silos. obviously, they were a thing, right? And, in like the PC game Civilization, the granary vernacular largely, the same intent or function. And while a silo has some additional functionality in terms of circulating and helping to continue to dry and prevent the buildup of dusts and things that can be explosive, in whether it's grain elevators or silos or granaries or anything else, you're mainly trying to provide a space where grain will not spoil or germinate until you're ready to use it. So that's or until it can be milled. Those are all considerations. All right. Anybody grown up down here? You have. Wonderful. He's still off. So 2 still tearing around as kids. 1 grown up. Let's equip ourselves and go see what he's got. Just in case another one grows up and happens to be in the right spot when he's done. All right. Hey, buddy. How you doing? Would you like a job? I'd like to give you one. Well, this is going to be a 2-way street. That's not how you get a job. Ooh, look at that. You got some zombie flesh. That's maybe not the most appealing thing to have right outside your window. I don't know. Wouldn't be for me. And let's use the axe we got. Come on. Out of the... Alright, fine. You want me to put it there? Knockback. It's going to take us a bit to get back in the rhythm here. I can tell. I know. You're the first in a while. Channeling for 12. As much as I'm willing to take value stuff, that's a ways off from ever being needed. We don't have a trident. We 14 for flame. Why not? Again, just take what's good as long as it's not ridiculously overpriced. We could hold out for a single-digit flame, but hey, it makes our bows better. And primarily, what I'm looking for in flame on a bow is the tracer type appearance. And for those of you guys who have played any type of shooter or upgradable weapons video games, I guess not all would bother with the difference of a tracer round versus anything else, but a tracer is loaded or run through a weapon's stock of, so in any kind of a gun, particularly an automatic, that's really the only time you need tracers. So like a machine gun, right? Hang on, with flame, and this was 14, I believe, before his discount. Yep. So if you got a machine gun, right, and you can think of this of like the old version of Top Gun. I think there was a new one. It was either coming before the pandemic or has already been made. Like planes and things where a pilot needs to see where their shots are going to continue to fly, or anti-aircraft type batteries also would use a lot of tracing rounds. So every, depending on how many rounds you're shooting, every 5th, 20th, 100th, I don't know. I'm not an expert. I'm not a military guy. I have a scholar's interest in a lot of that stuff, but don't know the mechanics. But every number of lead rounds, or just the metallic bullets that are going to do the damage, you have one that's composed of a highly flammable and brightly burning material. Whether that's some combination of like a magnesium or something like that, or phosphorus. I don't know. Again, I don't know exactly how they make them work, but those rounds actually like trace through the sky as their coating or whatever burns up, and in doing so, it lets you see where the otherwise invisible bullets are going, and you can kind of adjust your aim in any of those continuous fire type type weapons. So yeah, tracers make sense, and by adding flame to your arrows, particularly for the dragon fight, is where I really look to it. Having flame helps see where they're going when you're trying to shoot the towers and that kind of stuff. You can adjust your aim better by having that tracer effect of the flame. The damage I don't care about much at all. In fact, for one of the advancements, it's a bit of a troll actually, because you want your arrows to kill only with the arrow damage, not with fire damage inflicted after the fact. So it can be a bit of a trick, but man, we're just waiting on you now, crops. Let's go. Well, and the villagers. I shouldn't let them off the hook. We're waiting on them to grow up. But I don't think we're going to get more breeding until we're done. Oh, we could do bread, since we're a little short. That would help bridge the gap. Oh, I was going to put the sand away. Come on. Keep running past the chest. Oh, we could put the flame on the bow too. Let's do that. Might as well, right? Again, totally opposite of what I said. Oh yeah, let's just keep doing actual enchanting as we go. No, we're just gonna keep stacking into this bow. So what do we say? The only punch we could add a little bit more to, but I don't particularly care about it. I don't know that I would necessarily end up with more punch books. So I think that's about it. We got this bow fully equipped. Now we may not be able to afford to repair it too much more, but it's right there at the top of what we look for in a bow. So good on it. And I'd like to fairly quickly maybe get that top level of our tower completed, get some battlements on there, make it so poor Guava doesn't have to sit out in the weather. I mean, he likes the sun and he's a wild parrot brought out of the depths of the jungle because of his love for me and the rest of the gang. But he would appreciate a roof over his head too. So we'll see when we get to that. I mean, why not? I don't know. It just seems. Oh, we're gonna get bread. That's how long I remember these kind of things. Again, efficiency 5 on this would definitely be a plus, because then we can just run non-stop all the way up and down these rows. But we can move pretty steady. And yes, we do want to get into the Nether as well. We certainly want to make that more of a priority. We haven't put back since the ugly incident of World 2. Our boots, I think, would help us with that. Unfortunately, I doubt we'll have the same luck to get a low level portal entrance. I've spawned enough portals over my my Minecraft experience to know that sometimes they're put way up high, sometimes they're kind of just on the surface of a big island or landmass. Only occasionally are they, kind of right down at the lava level, sea level, but it's all lava there. And we were so close. Obviously we were just a couple too high to jump back out of it, but we were close to being on the brink. All right, we'll be able to either go back to other. Let's leave some pumpkins. I was thinking maybe we'd. Now I hope this doesn't become a disaster, but let's try to get back over, check the beds again, see if we can get any grown-up villagers into their little homes, or find them already peacefully in their homes would be even better. We'll try to remember when we trade our melons and pumpkins to keep the axe up in our hand so it can have a little bit of the edge taken up, but our pants are already back up. Oh, creeper there. Don't hug the coastline too close at night. Our golem, that's not in his contract. He's not gonna bother too much with the creepers. They don't bother him, he doesn't bother them. And of course, they get mad if a creeper goes off at them, but there's not much they can do about it at that point. All right, sir, you look like you are in need of your bed. It looks like this is your bed. We're here to help. Oh, what? Did he just... Hat, hat, hat. Hat, hat, hat. Sir, go back to your bed. I should have broke this one first. Go to your bed. Nope, other bed. That's not your bed. Your bed's over there. Go along. Yeah, well, at least that's one. Now, if you were to just happen to grow up, that would be perfect. Man, it seems so quiet all of a sudden. I don't know if that's just my surroundings here, or if it's in-game without having cows and chickens and things around, but it got eerily quiet. Maybe it's just the rain has stopped, and the air cooled down. Whatever upstairs folks' AC units and things had been running off and on are all cycled off. My heat isn't running. I think I'd mentioned, I don't know if I ever finished off the thing, but the other day I finally got to drop my my internal temperature down. I kind of vary it a little bit, and I usually keep it pretty cool in here, but winter, I'm kind of a 65 degrees kind of time or person. But that varies a little bit, but summer, I'll kind of float it back up, but I don't usually have to. What I do is just, kind of leave my thermostat at idle. I don't turn on the AC unless I do it manually, and I leave my internal temperature set. Well, at least right now with the heat, I just dropped it to fairly low, so it's at like 62 for my heat to cycle on. And I can do that because, again, I think I've gotten as far as saying that my windows and my exposed wall of my apartment are southern facing, but they're also low down. There's another unit above me, so I don't have a roof that heats up. Kind of just burrowed in here. I can open doors and windows and stuff early in the morning, because I usually do get up pretty early, and kind of like, I say burp, and I mean it in the sense of like burping a container where you kind of like pop the air that's in it out and let it get fresh air mixed in. So I kind of burp my home in the mornings. I'll open things up and maybe even turn on the fan built into my HVAC so that it moves everything through pretty quickly early on. Oh, I don't have any of the stuff I need. Sorry. I'm a little distracted. Let's go back, but now I'm not going to finish the story again. So I can pretty effectively manage my temperature throughout the year. With bright sunny days in the winter, I can kind of trap some heat, open blinds and blind everything, and while it's sunny and the sun angle is low, let that shine all the way in and warm up all the surfaces inside my place. When it's summertime, I can kind of maximize the shade by keeping blinds and things closed. I really don't open my windows in the afternoon heat of the day kind of stuff until it gets late and cools off in the night. So that's a good means of keeping things. I know I've got you guys trained like a bunch of expectant dogs, don't I? You just gather around in a circle looking up at me. What are you going to give me? Okay. Let the hearts fly. You guys should have at least a couple beds to manage. I'm going to get a snack for myself. I'm going to gather up the materials we need. And then let's put our axe back in our hand and find... Where's the sail? Who's got a sail for me? You got a sail? No. Who's got a sail? You got a sail? Sail? Oh, nobody. Nobody wants to be the sail villager, huh? Okay. Now do you have a sail? Come on. Oh, not that. Nice. Alright. Well, thank you. My axe is nearly back to all good. Again, these two were already set, and I guess we should offhand the sword too at some point. It's in worse shape than the axe. Ugh, squeeze through that. Just kind of drag your scalp through the clearing there. Okay, sir, what do you got? That was weird. Have we done a silk touch yet? 9 is pretty good. Sharp, infinity, I think that's what I was confusing it with. We've done fortune, I know. Mending, fortune, looting, flame. Oh, hey. Yeah, single digit silk touch. Let's get it. It's done. We don't have to forget about it. Now we'll see him for like 4 and 5 emeralds, but whatever. We've got 2 pieces of our tools. We can now roll. When we get back to enchanting, we can roll for efficiency or unbreaking until we get one or the other of those, and just kind of go from there. So I don't think we need... We've already got 1 in reserve, so I don't think we need to buy a whole bunch. Oh, let's give you a sign. And again, still not getting the 2 we really want, but I'm committed to this this method until we... and then I can say it was the dumbest ever if we're just endlessly rolling with all other enchants filled up with our last two librarians in this building, just watching for efficiency 5 and unbreaking 3. But I hope they come back to us. Now let's store this wheat in here. That's getting a little surplus there. Let's put our books away. Unless the other gentleman has grown up and gotten stuck, we'll have to wait for him to pop of an evening. But I'd like to come back for the night, so let's see if we can circle back around at the base before evening, and I don't know if there's anything to harvest really, but we can drop off this book. We can just, again, I'm going off the assumption that these are continuing to develop the plants and stuff while we're working one place or the other. That the villagers are growing and that the plants are growing between each visit, but it may just be that they continue for a certain amount of ticks after you've loaded them until they unload. And if that's the case, I don't want to change. We should have plenty of time to go drop off this book. Don't you block my jumping hole. I saw your move. I might get you the boat just to spring those leads. I still think we got 5 in there, and I think we have more over here. No, not more, but so we'll put this book up. That's what we were trying to do. We'll go run a lap of the fields before we head back. So Silk Touch, kind of needed, but not as bad as, eventual replacement bow. Did we have a bow? No, not one. Not one right at hand. If there'd been one to grab them, I would have snagged. We can still eventually do cows, but I don't think we have enough time. I think our lap of the fields will be... Alright, go! Run, run, run! Oh! Alright, getting going. Starting to feel loose about now. I can do this forever. I feel wonderful. Oh, I slowed down. Alright, we're picking back up. Alright, now I'm starting to feel a little fire in my legs. The breath is kind of fighting. Alright, we gotta start thinking the kick. Surge. Alright, everything we got. Oh, I'm not gonna make it. Oh, whew. Take the tape. Yeah. Alright, that's this visit. You don't even have enough sugar really to bother there. And our sugar over here should easily start out producing, so that may just, kind of become an afterthought. Kind of, it's landscaping back around our chickens. It doesn't look bad. We don't have to constantly be harvesting it. It can just look nice, kind of like the honey dripping out of the hives. What, now that you know I'll give you iron, you just go and get yourself all beat up like that? Come on, man. I don't want to just throw it away on you. That's the kind of stuff that actually makes iron farms appealing. And that's where you basically create spawning conditions to make golems appear like this, but much more rapidly. And then we've talked about lava blades before. You effectively blade. Oh, come on! Where are these kids? What are you doing, sir? We need evening to happen. They're wasting all the bread I gave them. Maybe I'm giving them too much. I mean, 2 beds is an amount, but maybe I should only give them like a stack at a time and just let them figure it out. Because I do think they're just wasting it. It would be nice if they used a little discretion. Like, hey, there's no beds available. Why don't we just hold out and see if there's new beds tomorrow? But we'll pick up 2 for the evening, because we should have some villager wrangling to do. And that should free up the 2 beds eventually that are already spoken for here. That'll finish out this, and then we'll just be down to our long row left. So, good stuff. And we're going to have 1 gentleman. I wonder who that could be. 1 guy to employ tomorrow. Yep, I know you're looking fondly at your bed. Let me get the door open for it. Okay, go on over. Tuck you in. Good job. Now, let's go set these next two. Then we'll break whatever's either occupied or stuck unoccupied over that way. Oh, leave those open so they can find their way to them. All right, who's not a farmer? You are not a farmer. Go find a bed. And you are. Why wouldn't they breed if that one was Okay, so he's at least going. Now, is there anybody else around that's stuck? That's always possible. And before we place more beds in there, let's check. I don't know why that's open. Any sounds? Okay, we can shut that. I mean, he may still get trapped elsewhere, but that's okay. Again, that's when we okay. Shh, I hear you. There you are. Go get a bed. Go get a bed. Can I let you through that way? Will that help? Can you go that way and find a bed? It's right over there. I'll tell you where it is. Shh. Good little villager. All right. Now, see, again, frightening as it is, you do begin to pick up on these things, where the obstacles occur. Okay, 2 more beds. Now they've probably used up all their bread on the successful attempt, so we'll have to wait again. Let's do our cocoa. Well, almost got a full stack of beans. That's kind of nice. And we sleep. Trusting our gentle giant there to protect us as we slumber. Now we need librarian goods. Boom. Boom, boom. And we do have more books back there, and we'd split like 50, so we've got a couple left in reserve. All right, buddy. Everybody that's come before is kind of snatching up a lot of these options, so you, punch 2, not too concerned about it, as we've said. Channeling for 5? I know, you're teasing me. Testing my resolve now. But we really blast prot 4. One of those that famously, when a creeper's taking you out, whoa, sounded very drowned. Frostwalker 2 for 64? What is that? Stop talking to the kid. Get a job. No way, buddy. You've got some issues with price pointing. Ooh, I don't want to hit you, kid. He was really hoping I was going to take that channeling for 5. That's like in-game years away, buddy. We don't have that kind of, I haven't looked at the episode time either for a while. We've done a couple days. Multi-shot, not, Hopefully now that we've cycled a little bit, though, we'll have a few more of these guys ready to pop, so we can kind of wind down. Once we check check. Oh, that's the first time we've seen one of those two binding or vanishing. We may be reaching a particular threshold here. I don't know. Pretty good price, but I think I'll wait just to see another. Eventually, I think we'll at some point want to switch out fire prot for prot, and when we do, we'll probably need new respiration. But we can play for a pretty long time with our mending helmet and already having respiration. And I don't know if 38 is really all that good for a level 3. That's even worse price for a sweeping edge. Was the max tier. As you can see, I'm getting a little more selective, but 40s for something that is kind of my last enchant on swords is one that last prod again. I don't know what's up with this corner, but you guys are definitely popular with the youngins down here, aren't you? You get all the good toys, like the cool game room. Kids are like, oh man, you're the best adults ever. Still just trying to unload that channel. He's like, man, I got so many of these channeling books. If he would just take some on land, I'm going to keep trying. That does kind of make me feel better. If you can get a level 2 for 20, I don't think we would have... Yeah, we would have rarely needed to buy it. Alright, you kids, be careful here. We're using an axe around here. I would prefer your kind of instruction. You're the villager. This is your home. Maybe show a little authority and responsibility towards children. Oh, come on. Sorry, somebody sold you a pallet of channeling books. You should have told them. That's late game gear. Ow. Oh, okay, whatever. I said maybe we'll have more villagers that'll be ready to get jobs. I didn't know that they would all be waiting right here until they did. The next thing that's going to happen is one of them is going to grow up, steal the lectern while we're here. I mean they'll take the job, and then we'll have to trace them back to a bed. Is Depth Strider a max 3? I don't know. What, and does this make me hypocritical on the Respiration 3? I can't even remember what that price was, but it seemed like it was, and maybe, maybe I can attribute it to the max, well, the fact that I already have Respiration 3 on my helmet means I don't need it, right? Whereas not having Depth Strider 3 at 35 seems a little more reasonable. I think I need to. Again, I'm not real thrilled, but we got more villagers coming. Ooh, we got a level. So yeah, we'll try to hold to my vow of taking useful stuff, and the justification is Respiration 3 isn't as useful yet because we already have it. And this isn't, technically as useful because we don't have enchantments on our boots. Now, what was it, 35, I think? Is that right? Yeah. All right. Well, it's another one we only really probably ever need one of, but it'll be good to have when we do. All right, now I'd like you to move, sir. I'd like to set up your room according to the style guide. And there we go. Now, you guys just wasting more of... I mean, I'm glad that they obviously made those 2 beds count right away because we were just mobbed with a ton of little villagers. So, I mean, there's more than are in the beds, and those are just the ones I can see in that one angle. So, we're coming along. Now, what's next on the to-do? I think the priority has got to be getting back for a moment and turning cows because we're getting low on lecterns, right? We got 5. We've got 1, 2 more set. We've got to, reallocate a couple of these guys to new beds. Hopefully they'll keep breeding. So let's stay here until evening. We'll try to resettle the people that need it. Once that's done, we'll try to go back over, get our books. So 5, that would be 3 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more needed. Man, that's a lot. Needed lecterns. And that's 21 books just right there. I mean, we knew we were going to eat through them, so hopefully by the time we've done cows again, we'll have a fresh set of sugarcane to make all the paper we'll need to turn those into books. We need some beds. Nope. At least that time I didn't get scared. Wrong bed box there. You guys can go to sleep. You guys always go to sleep early. What? All right, there we go. Good, good, good. Now, you're not in your room, apparently. Let's go break whatever beds we need first. It's you and you. Now let's go give you some bed options. Somebody's bed down here already? Where's that guy stuck? Oh, excuse me. Pardon me. I gotta open your door. All right, go to your bed. Go on, kid. No? Okay, those 2 both got taken. And this one, those are all full. Good, good, good. Now this. Is there and there. Did he settle in yet? Go to your bed, dude. Look, lots of beds. Go pick one. Go on. All the way. Yay, good job. That one still needs to be available. Oh, and that's you. Dude, go get in bed. Oh, my goodness. Kid. I don't think I closed this off, did I? No, there you go. All right, you found it. Good, good, good. Good, 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 good. So we've got 4 unemployed but young villagers. We want to plop down some more beds here. Okay, I think that closes all that. Now we gotta go check all the gates. Make sure we don't have an inadvertent confusion like him. Okay. everybody's got a sign that's got a job, right? Because now the signs become really important. You don't want to overlock your mid, kind of mid value trades. There we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 will be left for beds. How does that compare to what we've got? We need 2 more. Can we make those right now? Hey, let's make... No. We'll need more wood anyway. Oh, we can just use some of this. So 2 more beds will give us everything we need here, I believe. Barring future expansion or anything like that. So, I forgot to look at the time too. Let's do that. An hour and a half. We're not overly burdened. Nothing else, I think, for us to do right at the moment. Again, more bread for more, if they won't already do it, and then we're just waiting on them to grow up again. Let's snooze, and maybe we'll break. This has been a little shorter, but we've had some overly long ones, and I think that would help break up for me, just grinding on some of the stuff. We've gotten a lot of good trades, done a lot of farming, but we're just gonna cycle that kind of stuff again. So let me take a break. I'll be back with you guys probably here again, but or in my day, not that it'll matter a whole lot. We'll definitely have more videos. They'll be coming along whenever, but hopefully one's well on its way to being loaded as we speak. And I think we got kind of a 1.5 cushion, the one we're recording, and one kind of in the hopper waiting to be loaded, since I'm not doing them multiple at a time. But that's where things stand. Let's just go ahead and get back out again. And flashing letters, always cool. Neon signs. So I want to thank you guys. I so appreciate you tuning in. Please continue to drop comments or likes. Let me know if you're enjoying the content, or if there's anything you'd like to see. If you have a particular style of silo or granary that you think would go well with kind of a sandstone coastal fortress, if coastal communities or things, there's something that you think would go. At some point, we'll be building that, but I think before we get into all of that, even though we can make a bone meal farm per se, we need to prioritize getting our home moved along when we do some building. But we'll be back for a little more trading before we get to that point. So I will look forward to seeing you then. Until then, stick your head outside. I hope your weather is nice. Mine looks to be brightening up out there, so may get a chance to stretch my legs now. But do enjoy it. There's always a surprise. And take care of yourselves and one another until we talk again. Bye now.